Probably won't get anything much done today. So this 50,000 word week is something I should have thought through a little bit better. Yes! Puma delivers. Lolly shop and a mural wall. Two of the best things. I thought for a second the lolly shop was closed and I was devastated. What song is next? Oh yeah. Boo. Boo. It's been a crazy 24 hours with 2 pop tires on a car with damaged wheels and waiting for parts to come from Victoria, but I ended up coming to Pambula Beach, which is where I was supposed to come today anyway, and I extended my stay because I'm going to have to wait for parts to come up from Victoria and they're in lockdown with COVID, so it's going to be at least Wednesday next week that I'm here. And you guys need to see this place. It is beautiful. Something tells me I'm going to be just fine spending an extra 2 days here. The idea of a writer's retreat is something that I've always really liked, but it's something that I'm yet to execute on. I have taken myself away from Jervis Bay. I am not in Sydney because they are having a massive Delta variant outbreak and I don't want to go into quarantine or risk taking the virus back down to Jervis. So I am not far from the border of Victoria. I have been in the Snowy Mountains and now I'm back on the coast. And the whole point was to have some different locations to film in. I don't know if that makes it a tax deduction, but I hope it does. But I mean, the main goal was to come and to write. And I had set myself this lofty goal. I wanted to try and write 50,000 words in a week, which theoretically should be entirely doable because when I sit down and I really get going, it's quite easy for me to pump out 6,000 words in one go. But that hasn't happened. It has been an interesting ride. I was also trialing Scrivener at the same time I was trying to do my 50,000 word fail challenge in a week, and I shouldn't have done that at the same time. If I was going to try and push the 50,000 words, I should have just done it in Word, what I'm used to, because there has been a steep learning curve with Scrivener. And I think if you ask me how I feel about using it and how I think that trial is going, I would have to quote, I think it's Tinsley from Real Housewives of New York when I say, "Not well, bitch." So I'm up to, this is the 4th book in the Phoenix series I'm working on, 45,456 words. So 20,000 would take me, well, it should take me to 65,000, but a lot of what I already have on this file is notes and stuff, so I don't know if some of that will get deleted along the way, or, and because I haven't read through it all, I don't know how much is like pre-written dialogue or scenes and things like that, so that number may bounce around a little bit, but at the moment we're at 45,500 words. The other thing that got me and made me deeply inefficient on this writing retreat is I busted my car. And I was 35 kilometers out from the destination, which at the time was Bega. and to pop tires, waiting for a tow truck on the side of the road for 4 hours, and being unable to get through to my insurance company, spending that entire time on the phone, then having to catch and pay for a taxi into town because they won't let you ride with the tow truck drivers because of COVID, but go figure, you can ride with a taxi driver. And then, you know, instead of having a nice relaxing next day, then I was trying to source new tires, new wheels, trying to walk across town to get to the mechanic, trying to catch a taxi to the next place, which is where I am now, which is Pambula Beach. And it just like chewed up all this time. And so by the time I actually got here, I was really lucky. I got here early and they let me in early. I just was a bit like, ugh. Yesterday I ended up actually spending the entire day looking straight out at the ocean and just lying in bed reading, and it was perfect. And I think I really needed that. That's the first time I haven't like put myself under any pressure to read, to make sure I have YouTube content, to read because I said I would because of my TBR, to film because I need to, for, you know, like to do all these things that we know we need to or should do or whatever to try and create content and promote our work. And I just gave up yesterday and it was perfect. And I think I realized that I keep saying I'm going to give myself a break, and it obviously looks like I'm giving myself a break because I'm not attending work every day, but I haven't given myself a break at all. I've been running around worrying about other people and trying to sort things out for them, and I haven't given myself a break at all. And so when I was trying to force myself to do this 50,000 words in a week, even though I know what I want to write and I really want to write the story and I want to get into it, it was like I kind of handcuffed myself, and it was like pulling teeth, and I don't want the experience to be like that. So then I was like, well, I can't stop. I filmed all this content and it was going to be, and I was like, well, it's all good to film any content, but if you've written 5 words, who gives a fuck? So now I'm kind of in a place where I'm like, well, maybe I'll just kick back and enjoy the holiday. But that's not the point. It's supposed to be a writer's retreat. So I'm a little bit conflicted about what I'm going to do. But I think ultimately, I feel like I should just go back to just writing when I'm in the mood. But then you're kind of like, well, I want to make the most of this year off. And I know I need to have more discipline, and I need to kind of make myself get in a routine. But it's really hard when this is your backdrop. I mean, come on. It's actually not the beach that's super distracting, because that's really beautiful. I can sit on this couch, or I can lie upstairs in bed and just look straight out at it, and it's just beautiful, and it's kind of nice to write in that environment. But behind me, that you can see down the back of this house, there's like a little river bed that runs off the ocean, and it looks pretty beautiful, and I kind of want to go exploring. I think I might do that tomorrow because it's still a bit windy today, but I mean, wherever I go, there's going to be distractions. So I got to kind of get it together. So with my new goal, I'm going to be a little bit more conservative, and I'm not going to try and go from 0 words a week to 50,000 words a week. I'm going to try and go from 0 to 20,000 words this week. And it is Sunday the 18th of July. It's 20 past 1. I still have to have lunch. So I'm going to start my challenge at about 2:30. So I have a week from Sunday the 18th of July to find some rhythm, get back in the swing of things, and write 20,000 words. So hopefully this time I will be able to stay a little bit more focused. I will get more done, and I won't have as many dramas on the road this time, both literally and figuratively. There is one other thing that's distracting me from the writing. I feel like I need to put more video content out there on YouTube, and I have videos, I just haven't edited them because iMovie is being a dick and not letting me bring across any of my photos or videos or anything to make a video with, which is really annoying. So then I downloaded some other new program last night or the night before, whenever, and I don't want to learn a new program, but I'm kind of getting to the point where I have a crazy amount of content to sift through to actually then put together videos. But I feel like I'll be better at writing a chunk once I'm actually got a few videos out there so I can relax and forget about that. So what I might actually do is cancel today's start date for the 20,000 words before I even get going. What a fantastic start. I might start from this evening. So I'll try and do a few videos now. I still have to have lunch. So I might start this writing challenge from tonight at 5 p.m. Give myself a little bit of a break to have lunch now and make some videos and upload them onto YouTube, and then I can just forget about that. Clearly this is going to go well if I'm already changing the start time. When I get on a roll with something, I like to follow it all the way through, or until I get bored, or until it gets to a ridiculous time. And that happened last night. I know I said that I wanted to edit a couple of videos so that I could just kind of let that go and not worry about the significant accumulation of content that I've been creating over the last few days, because I have felt more like creating videos and things like that than actually sitting down and writing. And I was supposed to start writing to try and achieve my 20,000 words in a week at 5 p.m. yesterday, and I knew I wasn't going to do it, and I sat down and watched a movie, and then I created, I think it was 4 videos, which are all uploaded and going to be dropped over the next 10 days. But it took forever to do those because I had to go through like 3 weeks worth of content because I've been running behind, and probably about 4 hours of bits and pieces, and try and work out what didn't fit and what did fit, and kind of smush it all together and find a way to make a video that was cohesive, because there was some stuff that I filmed while I was still kind of in a daze after Marley died, and I couldn't really find a way to make it work well together because I was out of my mind. I didn't really have enough context, but I ended up doing that till 3:15 last night. So on the plus side, I've got some of that content ready to go and a little bit more organized. On the downside, I wrote 0 words, not a single one, not one. And this is kind of the problem, is that you end up sacrificing one thing for the other. If I focus so much on the writing, then YouTube kind of disappears, and if I focus too much on YouTube, then the writing disappears, and I've got to try and find a better balance. And I think what works better for me potentially is creating a lot of videos in a short amount of time, and then working them and processing them and getting them ready, and then releasing them over, like, let's say 2 to 3 weeks. And in that 2 to 3 weeks, yeah, I'll be filming bits and pieces, but then that kind of frees me up to write a little bit more. And I also am not thinking in the back of my head, oh, like, I haven't posted on Instagram, or I haven't like done any YouTube. What's the point if I never do any marketing? So word count 0. I actually ended up doing more video editing yesterday, and I spent the whole time laughing at myself because I'd had a crack at doing some winged eyeliner, and in the bathroom it looked great, and obviously I was holding up one eyebrow when I put it on, because when I would talk it would go, but you know, whatever, who cares. I did actually achieve some writing yesterday. Woo! What actually ended up happening was I was trying to use Scrivener, and I was trying to write 20,000 words, and I was trying to make it be the Phoenix series. And I think the combination of like trying to force Scrivener at the same time I'm trying to force myself to get back into a writing pattern was just like stupid. And so I decided at 10 p.m. last night, just write whatever you feel like writing. You've been thinking about the Raven Project on a pretty regular basis, and I feel like I need a bit of a break from the Phoenix series, even though I was really enjoying the chapters and where it was going. I just feel like I need a bit of a breather, and I need to also just get the Raven Project out so that I don't forget where I kind of want to go with this and what I want to happen. So I opened up Word at 10 p.m. last night after watching Hands of Stone with Edgar Ramirez, which is 2 thumbs up, by the way. It's the second time I've seen it. I don't know why I'm so excited by it. I love that movie. Anyway, so I opened up Word, and it was like a sweet relief to walk away from Scrivener, because I tried to set up a whole new file in Scrivener. I was just like, what the hell's happening? And I don't know how to do it. And I don't want to watch a video about how to do it. So I just went back to the dark ages and went back to Word, and straight away it was like a sweet relief, started writing. And what stopped me in the end was that I was sort of falling asleep while I was writing, because I've been getting up before sunrise every morning to watch it from my bed, and then I've been going to bed at 1 a.m. So yesterday that kind of hit me and I got tired. Maybe it was because I finally stopped fighting. Anyway, and so I got about, 1,088 words done before bed. So I don't know how many words I'm actually up to thus far in my 20,000 words. I think it's probably like 10. So whatever. I've been thinking that I just shouldn't set word count writing goals, because today's my last day here, and then because I screwed the car up, I have to catch a taxi tomorrow back to Bega to pick up the car. The parts arrived this morning, so hopefully she's getting fixed now. And then I've got to drive back to Jervis Bay because my friend and I are going on a girls' weekend this weekend. And so, what day's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. So I've got a 4-hour drive plus ahead of me tomorrow, because there's a couple of places I want to stop at on the way back. And I think it's actually 4.5 hours if I just drove straight there. And that's from Bega, so I've got to get to Bega first. And that's going to take up an entire day of this week-long test of seeing if I can write 20,000 words in a week. So it's really going to be more like, can you write 20,000 words in like 10 minutes before their timing expires? Whatever, this is life. It's messy, it's all over the place, and it is what it is. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to like it and to subscribe to this channel. You can check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Pip Coombs, and you can check out my books, The Hunted and A Night Rises, which are the first 2 books in the Phoenix series, which is a YA fantasy series. They are available in ebook and paperback format. Thanks for watching.